It's time for What's Up and About.
Indeed it is.
And there's so many questions that we try to answer during this segment, especially when the ladies are around. Especially when you see posts like this. Now, Winfrey was the one that put this post up for discussion earlier, and we started talking about it for quite a long time. So it goes like this. It says, "Dear men, take your 21 days leave from work. Go home, tell your woman you lost your job. Explain further that there was some loss to you and you had to use your savings to settle it. Spend the next 14 days observing how you're treated at home and discover who you married." Gang, gang.
Please, can I have that?
You want to read it?
I want to reread it.
Okay.
Dear women, take your 21 days leave from work.
Dear women.
Go home and tell your husband that you lost your job. Explain further that there was some loss and you had to use your savings to settle. Spend the next 14 days observing how you're treated at home and discover who you married. Because it works both ways.
Well, preach it.
Because of the society we live in, I don't think it actually works.
It does. Many men refuse to marry a fully dependent
Maybe
woman.
not many, some.
Most
I think some. Well, yeah, because I mean, we have situations where some men don't want to, you know, some men don't want to, oh, Jesus Christ.
I have to.
Distracted.
So now, there are a lot of things that are... So they say there's nothing hidden under the sun, right? First, there are so many things that happen in relationships, in marriages, that, that sometimes one partner is unaware of. For instance, there are some men who have lost their jobs before, but then they kept that information from their wife.
Exactly.
Why did they do it? Was it because they knew who they married and they knew she couldn't handle it, or they expected her to act out, or they didn't expect her to stay? So there's so many different issues here. But then one of our producers was like, man, but what if the lady finds out later that you were lying? What will happen after that? It's like asking for trouble. But what other things can you do to find out who you married?
Look, all this testing, it does not make sense.
Necessary.
Exactly. I've never understood why. And I want to test my spouse, so I want to see if he's cheating. I want to test my spouse, so will he go with my sister or my friend? All this testing, it go backfire.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to test your spouse.
No, I actually want to, I think for me, already, I want to actually know, how would you react in that situation? Okay, let's forget about testing now. In a real situation where your husband actually loses his job and comes to tell you that, what would you do? What would you do? Mary?
I see, for me, it's not a big deal. I keep saying it. I keep saying it. My background has largely influenced me. I do not believe it's a man responsible for something or a woman responsible for anything. I believe it's a partnership. Both of you can work. So where somebody has to down tools, it's your responsibility, responsibility to take it up. So your husband lost his job. No big deal. Take it up from there. That's why there are certain things that should be established. Say, for example, a housekeeper. Because when there's a housekeeper, there's nobody who is acting the maid. I know that's what usually causes the trouble, where the woman feels cheated, she's going to work, and you are sitting at home, and she still has to do the chores. But when you guys already have a housekeeper, the worst that will happen is you might delay the person's salary for a couple of months, pending when you guys stabilize.
But then there are also situations where people cannot afford housemaids.
Yeah.
I really don't think that you have to stay at home. Like, take time off work or test your spouse to be able to really know that.
Who they are.
The longer you stay with them,
you will know.
Yes. It's like onions. It's unraveling itself.
Let's talk about the time frame in that message. It said 14 days. Is 14 days enough?
No, 21.
21 days.
21
no, it says test for 14 days.
14 days.
Check.
Yes, but my issue is 14 days enough? I'm thinking that pressure wouldn't really be on in that 14 days. I'm thinking... by the time it's maybe 40 days.
This is
one.
You know what the pressure will be on, because the guy said he doesn't even have anything. According to the post, he had to use all his savings. So they are facing a bleak future.
So this is what I actually think and what I'll actually say. I feel anyone will definitely feel the stress of all of a sudden accepting responsibilities that you're not used to.
Yes.
So I feel if you give it enough time, anyone will actually crack, no matter how loving and understanding you are. You will get tired, you will get frustrated. But now I think what matters most is the way you actually express that tiredness and frustration. However, if within 14 days, the woman you are married to decides to turn into a monster because you lost your job, brother, what were you doing when you were cutting?
It also begs a question. What kind of man have you been to that woman?
Okay, there's that too.
What kind of man have you been to that woman? Because there are some men who, when they are earning so much, they are the ones providing. That shoulder pad. It is permanently like this.
Yeah.
So when the woman gets her own turn, she goes, relax, I'm the one providing now. You have to respect yourself. So when a woman does that, it's usually a case of, what have you been doing to her? Because some women, it's wickedness, it's malicious, but they are waiting for that
time.
Yeah, but then it's marriage. You're supposed to be filled with love.
And then what will be your reaction? Your husband will come and tell you. If Uncle Mac come to tell you
That
that,
is why we have a private company.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is sorry, something happen. The company is in bankruptcy. God forbid. No.
So I have to
those emails.
touch on the fact that, guys, there are always going to be, issues in different types of relationships.
Yeah.
Now the challenge is how you respond to these situations. So we would love to know your opinion on this. Please use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Respond to this post.
I have been accused of misandry. I'm taking this off.
Really?
I have vexed.
Wow.
Please, let's take this break. I want to go and
Mary,
para.
calm down.
I should come down.
Just sit down.